Okay.
Every week, they look at the tech and business world and turn let's take this offline into an episode. Updates, reviews, and the occasional interviews. Sounds smart? It's not. We just said it with conviction. A lot of smart people already do this. But these guys have a lot of opinions and barely any filters, which maybe should concern you, or not. They seem nice. Anyway, this series comes from people who probably shouldn't be doing more streams, or at the very least, should have left some of their thoughts in a Slack thread. Unread by everyone. And now, this is Rob and Saj asking for trouble!
Why was I the only one
As Rob said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're based out of. This is Rob and Saj asking for trouble. Thank you for joining us today, guys. Sorry, what were you saying, Rob?
Why was I the only one dancing in that intro music?
I don't think you're the only person who's dancing. I think I'm dancing in my heart.
Oh, okay.
Too much? Was that too much? Maybe a little too much.
Too subtle.
Yeah, I'm glad there's no vertical stream today, so only people who know us are here, because Rob and I have been on the receiving end of some really nice comments about bromances.
We have.
Oh yeah, I'm not kidding, Rishabh. But
I'll have to see that. I'll have to see those.
Yeah. Let's welcome Rishabh, my first APAC guest on this live stream. Welcome, Rishabh.
Hello. And as Rob said, good morning, good evening, and not so good night till we are still talking.
Yeah, it's Friday, 7:30 p.m. for us, though.
Well, last time you were in a bar, right? Why aren't you there now?
I was. That was not last time. Week before last. That was really fun. Like, I was a couple of beers down. I was at an office party, Rishabh, and like we live streamed from there. Like, that's the point.
Okay. I mean, it didn't look like you were so natural, even if that thought you were so natural.
Nice. See, that's the secret. So in Avengers, he says, right? That's the secret. I'm always angry. So that's the secret.
Yeah.
I'm
So
always high.
I mean, it's good to be high on something. It's always good. I mean, and
Nice.
the people here, Sajid and Rob, you guys are high on multiple things, but community is one of those that you're always high on.
I think Rishabh is going to bring us to topic today. I'm so glad we have him. Otherwise, it's just like two people who's like sitting and having beer and just drinking. That's this live stream.
You bring us the focus, Rishabh. Thank you.
But for people who may not know you, I don't think there would be a lot of people in the Atlassian community today. Rishabh, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, so hi, I'm Rishabh, and I have been doing the community things from last 2 years now. I'll be completing 2 this August, so it's just 2. But I had been fortunate to see a Teams event, couple of team on tour from Bangalore, and then obviously met so much amazing people and learning so much there, and it's so fulfilling. That's my community side. Other than that, I'm 15 years into IT. Currently, I brand myself as associate director for products, but product is my another love other than community. So community is a recent love, very recent. Couple of years, I figured out that community is my love, and I mean, I will not put it down as my second love. Though both of product and community both are right at the first pedestal, so it's not the second one. But yeah, these are the two loves that I have, other than my better half and my son.
Like, if I can be crass, Rishabh, ghar wali, bahar wali.
But I love them.
I don't think anybody would get it, but that's okay, right? I'm glad
people would get it.
Once I can speak in Hindi and nobody would get it. Rishabh, maybe we should just speak.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat can help me out, because I just see two friends talking. That's what I see.
See, Sid is here. I also saw Swati is here. A couple of Indians are here who can decode for you. But like, अगर हम हिंदी में बात करना शुरू कर देंगे तो किसको पता चलेगा? Right? Maybe I just said something about you, Rob.
You probably did.
Probably people in comments would go on and translate, and some of those would be absolutely right, and some of those would be absolutely not so right. and then you'll have to
That
figure out.
is, yeah, we could do wrong guesses only kind of a day. Okay, but no, let's come back to the topic. I'm very excited about today's topic because this is the conversation I feel very passionately about. I feel that personal brand is a thing that no matter whether you're a solopreneur like my good friend Rob, or you
Mhm.
work for a big corporate company like me now, or Rishabh, who has just started or like has been doing this for a while but is newer to the community. It doesn't matter. I feel like in today's generation, having a personal brand is very important. And we'll discuss what you think about it, what Rishabh, your take on that is, Rob, where you stand on it, and all of those things. We'll use chat very excessively. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask those in the chat. But we'll start with a very simple poll. Do you think everyone needs a personal brand? So you can write 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chat and your poll will get recorded. What do you think, Rishabh, Rob?
I mean, I don't see a 200% there. So 200%, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Rob?
I go back and forth. My knee jerk is it depends. Um, like I certainly do because I chose to make it my job. Like I am my
Hmm.
brand, so I have to be out there. People have to know who I am. But before that, like when I was working IT project management, I guess it also depends on what you mean by brand. Like, is that my reputation? People in the IT community know about me,
That's a good question.
and
So
so
we'll
that's
come
where I
to
go. It
that.
depends. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it has changed over the years. Like probably 10 years ago, it didn't matter that much. Or 20 years ago, it probably didn't at all. Like before the advent of social media, maybe it didn't matter that much, right? But like with social media, it changed a little. And with now AI, where whatever you produce in terms of content can be not related to anything in terms of experience from you, right? You can very easily think as a consultant and use a prompt and write a very nicely sounding article. So what your brand is now much more than content, much more than reputation, much more than just what you say or speak, but how probably gets into the picture. So for me now, it matters a lot. I think
Mm,
it matters who your real self is. So your real self is your personal brand. Whether you show it out at work, whether you show it out over a live
mm.
stream or in person, however. But I feel like you need to have a personal brand. And it doesn't need to necessarily be 100% of who you are in your personal life as well. Like I'll give you an example. Uh, Rodney. Sorry, Rodney, I'm just picking on you, my friend. He's the Jira guy, but he is much more than a Jira guy as well. His brand is that he's a Jira guy, but he does much more than that. He's an avid Pokemon player. He's a very good friend of mine. He is a Atlassian creator. He runs the Jira Life, co-runs the Jira Life, and he does a lot of other things as well. But his brand is that he's the Jira guy. You would always recognize him with that. And then, of course, you can say there are many more who have followed over the years in that line, but like that's what I would say. That's how you can differentiate.
Yeah, the Jira guy. To respond in chat, just put a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, King Bob is blaming Sajid for his personal brand.
That's true. So King Bob, the title was given to him for his first win. I say first win because he actually won last year again. But yes, 100% King Bob, you rule.
And for some reason, the poll isn't showing as updating.
Yeah, there's some issue with the poll today. I,
It's
I really
happening
like this
nowhere.
one
Yeah.
comment from Sid though. He does say it in Hindi. He says, "Jo dikta hai wo bikta hai," which translates to what shows will sell. So if it shows,
Mm.
it sells. Like it can be interpreted in a different manner as well, my friend. But I know that's what you not what you mean.
I like that because the more I think about, okay, the example I have when I was going into the office a lot, I would put on a persona of, okay, this is Office Rob. Like I wasn't comfortable being who I'm comfortable being, who you all see here. And since I've made the jump to, full-time content creation, solopreneurship, whatever, it's much easier just to be Rob. My editor was like, do you think I was doing some sponsored content? Like, hey, I put this little joke at the end of the video. Will they be okay with that? And I was like, I think it's funny, and they're paying for me, so they better like it. Like, that's the brand.
Yeah, I agree. What do you
So
think, Rishabh?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. You said it very rightly that people believe it or not, it's absolutely required. It's mandatory. If you want to be relevant, if you want to be there in the ecosystem, whichever ecosystem, not just IT or anything, I mean, you have to have a personal brand. And very truly said, I could be a lot of things, but if I show my professional brand, it's a product guy, probably with some community things. I have done a lot of community other things as well, but I don't have to show up everything. I mean, I'll have
Yeah,
to decide what goes as in my personal brand, but creating a personal brand is really important. And I mean, it's non-negotiable these days. And with variety of ease to do that these days, I mean, there's no excuse you cannot do that.
I agree. Okay, the reason I stopped you, Rob, when you were talking about what I mean is because of my next poll. So my next poll is, what is the part of what do you think is the biggest part of your personal brand? Your expertise, your reputation, your network, or your content?
All right. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 in chat. It isn't showing up on our end is filling up, but I think on the live stream folks can see it. That is a good question. What am I going to pick?
Do we have a fourth option? All of the above.
All of the above. So biggest, like of course, all four of these make personal brand.
Yes.
But what do you think would be the
But I believe
biggest?
everything builds up to the reputation because it's your expertise
Hmm.
with the type of content that you write to create, make, and then the network
Sure.
that is being supporting you.
Hmm.
And you don't
Sure.
have to be. So I mean, people obviously still don't understand. I mean, even I was the same. I'm still the same. I'm still learning. But people think that if they have to create a personal brand, they have to be an influencer. Okay, it's great if you would like to be an influencer. Rob is already one. You are already one, but you still don't have to be an influencer. Rather,
Yeah.
build a credibility that actually matters, right? You don't have to
Hmm.
be expert in everything. I mean, obviously, I cannot be a certification expert. We already have 1 year, but I can talk about my experience, my
Yeah.
journey, my version of the thing, and then that's what it would be.
Hmm. What do you think, Rob?
I like that bit. Just to dovetail on that around, oh, there's already the Jira guy. That means I can't do Jira. Like, nah,
Yeah.
you just do a different version of that. You do your version. Um, and even like I'm the certification and the Confluence guy. Like even I have that looking around, going, oh, Sajit's now doing this big thing about AI for project managers. Well, I guess I shouldn't do project manager stuff. Like
Hmm.
I need to remember, like, no, there's plenty of room and space, even though we do have these amazing folks doing these amazing
Yeah.
things. Specifically to this question, I just responded to in the chat, like, what do people know about me? Like, what have
Sure.
they heard about me? I've had random people walk up, oh, I saw one of your videos, like, love to meet you. I'm like, oh, is that my reputation? Is that my
Yeah.
content? That might be my content. Oh no, I might have to change my answer.
No,
um,
It's
just
funny
wanted
that
to add
I
to
think
that.
it also evolves though, right? Rishabh and Rob, like it evolves over a period of time. Like in the
Yes.
beginning, like I only used to do in-person events, right? Like, and I think somewhere around 2016 and 17 is when I started thinking about, okay, how do I put my brand a little bit more strongly? Because even in Gurgaon, where I organize community events, people used to know me. But when it came to like when I attended my first team in 2018, I realized I'm a tiny fish in a massive pond, right? And of course there was Jira guy and like me and Funman Andy actually, if I'm sure most of you would know Funman, all of both of us joined the community officially in the same time, somewhere around 2018 and 2019. So it was a little easier for me because I could see some of these new stars gaining brightly, right? And I think Rodney, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around that time when you officially became champion as well, if you could let us know in the chat. So I started seeing these guys as normal friends who I could talk to and collaborate with.
that was such an epic thought that Sajit froze the internet. Um, oh,
Yeah, I
you're
think
back.
I could. Hey, there I am. Yeah, so basically what I was trying to say was that it was easier for me because I had known these guys a little longer than I had known their persona. And it was easier in that sense for me. So for me, what I relied on was my expertise. So for me, the answer is number one. Because I had my expertise of years of struggle as a project manager, as a consultant, that I was able to reflect that in, let's say, a little bit more humor, a little bit more gamified way, because those
Mhm.
are the things that speak to me. Humor and games, right? Two things I love the most when it comes to type of content I see, consume, or create. So when I did that, people related to it. And then I started exploring, how it works. I really
Yes.
like this comment. So I'm just looking at some of the comments where Ronnie says, I've made decisions on what I do a few times by answering, does this sound like something the Jira guy would do? Because the Jira guy at times could be a better persona. I don't believe that, but like, I agree. Like I'm a little lazy when I should post content on LinkedIn, but I don't. And then I would remember, oh, it's been 3 weeks I've not posted anything on LinkedIn. I've just been reacting to other people, so I should fix that.
That is an interesting one. Like, how much is the persona of Rob or the Jira guy or Ace Quiz Whiz different than Rob, Rodney, and Sajid?
Mm.
um, I'm trying to make that
Very
more one
philosophical.
person. Yeah, like I'm trying to make that more just who I am. Like I don't want to have to moderate who Rob
Yeah.
is when I'm on camera versus when I'm with my friends. Like it should be as close to that as I can because that's me.
Hmm. So look at this question from John. He says, "Is there any equivalent of an empty suit for a content person?" As Popeye and Eminem used to say, "I am whatever I say I am." Like, can
You
you
can be
become
whatever you want
anything?
to be.
Yeah. Can you become like tomorrow, Rishabh, if you decide that you're going to be a certification SME? Can you become that?
Do I have in me to do that? If I have, I might. Obviously, I mean, I have a lot of ground to cover.
Hmm.
So I'll take a pause here. I recently, I never bothered about getting certificates. I mean, either I was too lazy or it just takes a lot of time to just get certified, right? Now, recently, I started very recently when let me pick up some couple of certificates and then Jira, then Confluence, and then some rows and all of those. And then I realized that whenever I'm trying to uh, learn the last 10% of whatever I need to cross that exam, it's Rob's video and it's Rob's
Hmm.
content that always come up. I never actually search for okay, give me the video from Rob or I didn't. I do have subscribed to Hintech, but I never went to Hintech to search. Okay, how do I do 800 or 900 or whatever those are? But that's a personal brand, right?
Yeah.
And then now I'm throwing away those videos to anybody and anyone who say that okay, I'm doing Jira Essential. How can I
Hmm.
study? I mean, okay, there is a track, and then this is an amazing video. Go and watch it, and that
Yeah.
would be more than sufficient. That's a personal brand, and I mean, it just works. And
Yeah.
if it works
I,
for Rob, I mean, obviously, uh, one thing that I figured out is early in career, anyways, any platform that you start into, whether it was back in 2010 and 11, Facebooks, and then Instagram and Snapchat, and
hmm.
then LinkedIn, when professionally I evolved, I figured out that every time, I'm not sure whether it is only me, but every time when I start to venture into something, I try to be somebody else or
Yeah.
I copied, right? I tried to copy, and then probably that might work for some, but it certainly doesn't work for many. And then you
Hmm.
have to find your own voice. Right? You don't have to copy. You have to find your own ways. And there are so many amazing people who will be supporting you for who you are and how do you engage and write. And you'll always find your audience. So it's never
Yeah.
about I'll have to if I have to be a certification SME or a content creator like Rob. Copying Rob is one right way, but probably I could have been doing much better if I'm doing it in my own way. So
Yeah.
I mean that's one way of looking at the personal branding.
I
Yeah.
love
So
what Jimmy says here. Sorry, just one word I would mention, Rob. In this, like, what screams out to me is the word perspective. I think
Yes.
that is what changes everything, right? A single video that Rob creates or Rodney creates or Alex creates could leave a different impression on two different people's mind, and right,
100%.
because of the perspective that they see that video with. And that's the change. That's the change.
Yeah. Jimmy's comment for those of you listening, if you're on audio, everyone has their own unique context and take on a topic. It's great to see different perspectives. Um, and that's something I'm reminding myself of, but I'm also trying to remind others. Like, I am one voice, I have one perspective that
Yeah.
may be helpful, but I guarantee you, if you go find other perspectives, it'll be more helpful. And then encouraging folks, like you're saying, Rishabh, to take a look at, oh, I want to do, we'll pick on certifications. Like, I want to do that. Could Rob inspire you the way I operate? Or
Yeah.
maybe I'm a negative example. I don't want to do it the way Rob does it. I think that's bad. That can also be good.
Yeah.
And Sid's comment here, copy with some improvisation. I like
That's
that.
great.
And
Yeah.
Rodney had one, it's not copying, it's remixing.
Remixing.
Remixing,
Yes.
Yeah,
Not to
of
be
course.
confused with the Confluence feature called remixing.
Yeah. I like on Sid, just on this comment, right? Like, so I understand this is true, right? Like, there may be many more people who would have, like, there might be many faceless channels who would have more subscribers than what QuizBiz has, or what Hintech has, or TJL has. But what is the metric? So let me, it's perfect, because that was one of the questions that I had. So would you rather have 100K followers or 100 people who you trust for work?
So put a one in chat for the followers, 100,000 followers. Two for 100 people who trust you for work.
Who trust you or who you trust? I think it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Because when, like, 100 is also a very big number. I would say even 10 would be amazing. For me, 2 all the way. Right? If I can count on 10 people or 20 people or 100 people, that'd be amazing. For work, or who can trust me
Mhm.
any day over 100K. Also, I don't have 100K, so maybe my answer will change when I will have 100K.
We'll get
But
you
I
there.
don't.
This is interesting because I was bullied into starting up a Discord server a bit over a year ago, and I think about that, and there's 400 members in there. Of them, maybe 10 actively comment on a regular basis, but those 10 people I value a lot. Kythra is one of those people, designed my logo. I've got other friends in there who are, very high value, very interesting people, high value in the sense, like, I learn a lot from them. We share a lot of information. So I really, I look at number 2, to your point, Sujit, 100%.
What do you think, Rishabh?
No, so I mean, obviously, having 100K is a good thing. I mean, obviously, everybody would like to have. But the point is that, I mean, again, are you trying to become an influencer, or you are setting up a brand, right? You can, I mean, we have seen you can write anything on LinkedIn with some random images and with some, I mean, nothing to add value to the people who are trying to follow you and trying to learn from you and get inspired from you. And then those posts can explode. But you can have one post where 25 people comment, or
Yeah.
30 people resonate with, and probably you take something from them and they take something from you. That's what it would matter. You don't have to be a guy who has got everything, but rather, the second one where people can trust you and you can trust some people. I mean, that will take you places.
King Bob says you'd only type 1 if you were being monetized and living by the algo. Nice.
Yes, probably I'm not still there, so I'll still choose two. And the
Yeah.
moment I'm I'm to the point,
The
I'll
moment
just
I have 100K, I don't know this Rob guy. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
I don't know how that worked, but probably it's a silver button of 100K or no.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I believe that's the lowest tier of, you know, the buttons, or the,
Yeah.
the way YouTube
Sure.
works. But yeah,
100,000. Yep.
100,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's bring the conversation a little bit more back to the personal branding, right? Like, okay, 10K is nice. Where do you think it is built? Is it built at work, on LinkedIn, in-person communities, or it's a mix of everything? And if I could, like, I know everybody would start saying four, but like let's say which matters more? Does it matter at work? Does it matter on LinkedIn, like social media, or like in person in communities where you can meet real people, like or a team, or all these in person places you can be. What do you think,
That's
Rob?
a
Rishabh?
that's a tricky one to say, but let me put it this way: where I mean, personal branding, the definition that I resonate with or I kind of attach myself to it is where you're not in a room, where you're not in a conversation, but you're still either talked about or thought about or discussed about or something like that. And that's where your personal brand is. So if I'm leaving a meeting room at work and say that hey, why don't we have Rishabh back? Probably let's get his version of it, or let him try that. That's a personal brand that you have created at work. Similarly, on LinkedIn, I mean, you might not post for a couple of weeks, but when you post, it's meaningful, and it's not for the reason of just the AI based dumping that you're trying to do, and you're trying to
Yeah,
create
yeah,
something, and people would love it. And the same in communities. I mean, the biggest personal brand is obviously created in front of people where you're seeing and meeting people. So on LinkedIn, my post can only translate to the tone that I'm writing the post, and it also becomes the person who is reading the post. But when I'm in person with them, at a Teams event, 4 or 5 days back to back, 12 hours each day, or even more than that, that's where people know each other very well, and that's a personal brand that is created.
yeah. I think for me it has to be in communities as well. So like in person communities or even virtual communities where people who feel the same way about a specific thing are. So at work it's a little more diluted because you have to act a certain way, right? Like in
Mhm.
front of a customer, I can't say I don't like that Atlassian has changed automation rules to automation flows.
Okay.
At work, I won't say it.
But in
But in the
community.
community, on this
Uh-huh.
stream, I will say it. I don't like it. I understand it, why they did it. A rule is different from a flow, but I don't like it. I still call it projects and not spaces, but it changes when I'm on a customer call. So at work, I'm always wearing a little more polished version of myself. But in community is where that I think that real self comes out, and it's much more easier and it's much more fun. It's yeah,
No guardrails.
no
Yeah,
guardrail.
I think that's one of the reasons. Like when I quit the full time job, like that mask I wore going into the office, I have to behave way X, whatever that
Yeah,
is. That was a different brand. That was a different persona. Um, and not having to do that has been nice, I'll say.
yeah.
To your point about working with clients, like I don't know about that one. Like partially when someone comes to me for help with a system, they want my opinion. And I'll share it and I'll tell them like, hey, they renamed it this. My job isn't to tell you what's right or wrong, but it's called this. If you want to
Yeah,
know, I'll tell you what I think about it.
yeah.
But try to remain neutral and remembering like,
Yeah.
no, my job is to help improve that person, not what I think about it. Um, a comment here from Jimmy, even in community forums, building one-on-ones connections with others before you knew how to make content. I like that too. Like that's more what I lean towards. Like, what do I know about that person, that
Yeah.
individual? And other people can see that and benefit from it, but less worried about, hey, everyone's gonna agree or benefit or tie into it. And more, what's
Mm.
one person I can help has been helpful.
Nice. Mm.
Connections pointing at content from Ace Quizwiz.
Pointing at content. Nice. Like
Yeah.
again, people who might only be hearing audio, it says connection is greater than content.
Agreed. I mean, nothing beats that. Nothing
Right?
beats the connection that you have. I mean, for anything or everything. I mean, yes.
Mm.
I
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Good,
I,
Rob.
I, I was gonna say I work with an editor on some of my videos, and this person asked me, he's like, so it sounds like you're doing the YouTube thing as a hobby. Like you're just doing why would you need an editor? I'm like, oh, it's like for 1,000 people watch a video, amazing. One person reaches out and like, hey, this was helpful. This was inspiring. Can you help me out with other things? Like that's the connection. That's the value of it for me. Like it's great to see the number go up, like numbers moving up and right. Hooray. Um, but when I get a comment on the video, where it's like, this really helped me for these reasons, or someone puts a
Mm.
message on the forum, like that connection is the important thing. I and Sajid is razzing me with the Ace Quizwiz account. I have an editor, Rob Showoffian. Thanks, Sajid.
Like, edit your own videos. Come on. No, no, no. I'm
I'm
just
so
joking.
lazy.
I know, I know. Okay, so what's the biggest personal branding mistake? Is it trying to impress someone? I don't think copying others is a mistake, but I still put it there. Posting only achievements or being inconsistent.
I would say the first one, trying to impress everyone. You will never be able to. You're not trying to impress. You're not making content to impress. You are trying to show out either what
Express.
you are, yeah,
Hmm.
express. Either you are opening up and saying, yeah, this is what I am. This is what I resonate with. This is what I like. This is what I love. And then and at the same time, uh, obviously you cannot write something or create something that everybody would like, and it's
Hmm.
okay. Don't try to be trying to impressing everyone. And everyone
Nice.
would have haters. The biggest superstar would have haters. How can I not have?
Haters are nice, right? Like, haters
Yeah.
make you relevant.
It's good that I also think about the same way where sometimes you're growing haters, people are talking behind of you, and it's like
Nice.
so it's always good.
What do you
I
think,
it,
Rob?
um I was just thinking through all four of these. Like inconsistency may not matter. Like it's something that can be important depending on your goal. Copying
Hmm.
others, we kind of spoke about. Like that can be inspiration. That can be a way to get started. I think of like artists. My wife is learning watercolor, and she'll copy watercolor from other people to learn the technique, and then do her own stuff, like using that to build your skill. So those two, not mistakes, they're just ways of building. Posting only achievements, that is a way of branding. Um, but like, yeah, I think I agree. The impressing others, like that shouldn't be the reason you're doing this, at least in my
Yeah.
mind. Um, the work speaks for itself. There's also a guy, Simon Sinek, who does a lot of thought leadership. But one of the things I picked up from him is like, build the stuff that you like, and you'll get one or two people, and then 5 or 10, and then you'll look back and go, oh, there's a lot of people here now. Like focusing on what you want to do and what you think is valuable, regardless of, oh, I think this will impress my friend or my boss or my
Yeah.
coworker, is the important thing.
Yeah. He's got a book called Start with Why. And I
Hmm.
think one of the best business books. Are you going to show off that you have that book?
Yes.
You have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably looking
All right.
behind his shoulders, seeing whether he has lent it to someone or it's still there in the rack.
No, he's given it to somebody. He doesn't have it. Ah, damn it, you do.
And leaders eat last.
Nice.
um, but yeah, that concept of like, why am I making content personally? It's to help others learn and build. And if folks don't like that, okay, there's other
Hmm.
people. Jimmy's got a great comment. Trying to impress people sounds like you aren't being your authentic self.
Yeah,
True.
I agree, Jimmy.
Mhm.
I think one more like interesting factoid on that question. I mean, let me pull that question again once more. Is copying others, as you mentioned, could be a great way to get started, right? If you're new, because again, we're just 10 minutes left on the stream, and one thing that I want to call out or at least talk about is how can you get started? And for that, copying somebody who you admire and relate to. So not everybody. I can't create the content that Jimmy creates. I can't create the content. I can't create the structured content that Rob creates. I'm good friends with this guy, but I just can't do it. I can't record a nice long session. It takes me a lot of time for me to do that. I can't relate to it. I admire it. I can't relate to it. So copy someone who you like and want to become. Start from that, and then add in your flavor, and then do whatever you would want to do. Like they say, dance like no one's watching, right? So you can then do that. So like when you would not be judged, to do that with while copying somebody else. Rishabh, what would be your take on how can somebody get started? So if they've not thought about building a personal brand, and once again, building a personal brand is not just about creating content. It's how you comment, it's how you respond, it's how you meet, it's how you talk, it's how you represent yourself at work. So be comfortable with a floral shirt if you have to be. Wear your incorrectly pronounced JQL t-shirt if you want to be.
What do you mean incorrect?
That's a different conversation. But Rishabh, what would be your take?
No, I absolutely agree that it's not. So when you're trying to create a brand, it's not just the content. It's who you are and how do you show yourself at places like work, community, digital forums, and almost every other. Even a customer call or even consulting call. That's how you are there. So if I'm consulting someone and at the end of the call, the other person would have an idea that okay, this is a cool guy trying to help, or this is a strict guy trying to just fit in the guidelines, and he'll not go anywhere other than the guidelines to in order to help out. And that makes a difference between satisfaction and delight, right? So and what Mr. JQL has just said, that it's not easy to start. I mean, for me writing a post today, it feels nothing. I mean, it's a regular thing. But for someone who has never done that, let's say just on LinkedIn, it's not easy. And at times, great actors are created when they start mimicking somebody at the start, and then they find it. You find your own way. So even I would say that I might have copied someone, or referenced to remixed from whatever right what I can use there. But that's where you start from, and eventually you figure out, and eventually it becomes, you find your own voice. So if you're trying to start, it's okay to look out for somebody who is already doing that, and then try to use the framework. I'll not say copy, but use the framework
Use the
on how
framework.
Sajid is doing,
Nice.
and to doing a quiz master job, or probably Rob is creating content, or somebody is doing anything else. And it's always, it's not one silver bullet that will help you. I mean, if I and I'll just take a simple example. If I try to copy any of the chapters from their class and community and just copy paste to my chapter indoor, it might have worked, it might not have worked, but certainly, I mean, if I have to have a different result, I'll have to do it differently. So I'll have to find what works for me. I can copy some templates of interacting people, icebreakers, and everything, but it has to be a version of mine.
Nice. What would you say, Rob, to somebody who's just starting out today?
Just get started. Yeah, just start. I mean, the reason I'm part of the Atlassian community is because one day I started just putting like a monthly tip of the month about Confluence on LinkedIn. It just started as a post like, oh, did you know that there's this watcher button and you can watch content? That would like, and looking back, like that is a very simple, basic thing where I am now. But that has turned into my job now. Like I was able to transition away from the 9 to 5, but it's because I started just going in and posting the one thing I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Not caring, oh, that other people will like it or give me the links or the followers. Just no, this will help people.
Yeah.
And that's become the brand and the job and a much more rewarding thing. So just getting started, like getting over that hump of what do I do?
I would say one more thing. So like, I think this is one of the most said things in the community. Whoever is a little more senior in the community, when I say senior, they've been around for a couple of years. They would say, reach out, ask the people that whose content you like. I don't know a single person who would not be happy to literally get on the call and tell you the tricks of the trade, right? They would show you, like, people have showed me how to do live streaming. I didn't know. People in this chat have shown me how to do quizzes on a live stream because Zoom sucked, right? And just like that, like somebody taught me how to use Mentimeter, right? All of this happened. Like nobody learns anything, on their own. They have to ask. So I asked the people, hey, what is a better way of doing quizzes? What is a better way of doing streaming? What is a better way of tricking people into coming to your streams? So you do that. You ask people. You be a vulnerable self and ask people who you really look up to or whose content you really like or you relate to. Talk to them, and that is your entry barrier removed. Once you do that, you'll be able to get started with your own journey. There's an awesome comment from Pankaj. It says personal brand is equal to expertise plus reputation plus visibility plus consistency plus authenticity. Consistency is not something that I would very heavily rely on, because as myself, I am not consistent. But everything else for me, yeah, I think the last one is the most important. Like I have to be my authentic self when I'm creating my personal
Mhm.
brand. Otherwise, like I like gaming, I like humor, that is my brand, that is my content, that's how I represent Atlassian community, right? Like if you you can only fake for a while, like, right, Rishabh, what do you think?
No, yeah, you can just fake for just a few times. So, getting onto a call, if I try to do an accent in the start, probably I could have only pulled that up for a couple of minutes and then suddenly somewhere I would have lost it. Right. So
Hmm.
you cannot do without authenticity and being yourself. That there's no second question about it. And what
Nice.
you just said about community, I know a lot of communities. I have hosted some of the other tech communities as well without naming them. But the most unbiased, selfless community and ever helping community is that community. I mean, I have not seen any case where I reach out to somebody asking for anything and then I have not seen a response. Maybe probably it was Rob or maybe it was you or somebody else. I mean, you just have to find out who can help you out and people are ready to help you out, and that's the beautiful thing that is all about this Atlassian community, where people are there to help and they have nothing in the background. Nobody is looking for a royalty on anything that you're doing because Sajid has taught me something or Rob has taught me something, right? So that was the first time, probably it was Bangalore, when I figured out that there is something amazing called as Mentimeter and Sajid is crushing it. And then obviously I could have asked for Sajid's referral code. I did not. Probably. Are you not already earning royalty from
No,
number of
man.
people that you have already onboarded on Mentimeter?
So Sven onboarded me to Mentimeter, so he
Okay.
didn't. How can
Ah,
I?
Okay. Yeah, it was Swen. I first figured out that okay, there's something called as that was last year's Team On Tour. No, 2024's Team On Tour. When he
24.
wore
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flashy, shiny golden jacket, all
Yep.
that sequin
Yep.
and everything. So
Yep.
that's where I figured out, and then and then I saw your some of those quizzing thing, and I okay, this is one important way. And now, trust me, I get so much feedback. Every third or fourth feedback out of 10 is okay, the quiz was amazing. It just made us loosen up. And whether it is
Yeah.
a Atlassian quiz, Jira quiz, or just a GK trivia, I mean, it just helps to break that,
Yeah.
the rigidity or the tightness.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Uh, why are you laughing, man?
like that authenticity, right? Like that's why I enjoy working with you, Sajid, Rashab, having you here, because it's just like chatting with friends. I don't have to worry about, will viewer number 6 be offended? If they are, they can go
Yeah.
somewhere else. There's plenty of people on the
And
internet.
yeah, and suddenly our viewership drops to 10%.
It's still at 20,
Yeah,
19
it's
now.
still at 20. And yeah, it's after 45 minutes, so that's fine. After 45 minutes, 20 is fine.
It just went up. It must be me.
No, too
Probably I should
authentic.
have opened this YouTube at every other mobile phone or tablet that
Yeah,
I
yeah, he
have.
probably has.
Okay, I'll
Oh
do that
man.
for the. I'll do that for the views part later on. But that's
No,
not how you build your reputation. That's not how you will
no,
build your reputation.
no, yeah. No, but like we're just coming up on time, folks. If you have again, once again, I would say this. I've said this to people I've worked with for the last 8 years or so. The amount of benefits that I've got from this community outweigh the amount of love that I've gotten from this community, and it's directly proportional. It has both just kept on increasing. So if you're new to this community, doesn't matter, you don't have to be a champion. You can be a normal viewer seeing this. Camping Rishabh, he'll help you. Camping Rob, he'll help you. I may not, because I'm not very active on LinkedIn. But if you find me on streams, just use chat or reach out to these folks. They would have my number and they can probably tell me. Like the other day, I realized that I had 3-4 weeks ago, I had put out a post saying that, hey, my team is hiring. Let
Hmm.
me know if you're at
Hmm.
Atlassian specific. And
Wasn't that a
got like
viral
100.
post?
Yeah, I got like 100 comments, and I was like, dude, this is only Atlassian. I can't refer you for other positions. And I, like, my inbox is like 300 messages, and I like found the Atlassian specific people. I took that time. I spent that time of seeing the profiles of people who said interested. And if they were Atlassian, I reached out. They sent me the resume. I submitted. Some of them already are in the interview process. Why I'm telling you this is I've still not gotten to responding everybody on LinkedIn who sent me their resume. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a little lazy, and it's 300, 400 messages are too much. I just can't. But if you have a question, comment something on the post, right? Reach out to Rob, reach out to Rishabh. Asking a question is encouraged. Leaving a comment as interested and just sending a resume, not that great of a strategy.
But Sajid, ain't that a side effect of having a good personal brand where you are flooded with so many messages? Right?
But no, I would say anybody who wrote me a message saying that, hey, I saw this is what I'm thinking, can you help me? I responded to a lot of people who had more text than here's my resume, apply for me.
Yeah.
I definitely responded to all of those people. And then there were some nice people who said, why don't you give me your email ID? I will submit. I was like, no, I'm not putting my email ID out in public. It's my work email ID. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rishabh, for joining us today. Thank you, Rob. And thank you, everybody who is here in the chat. Building a personal brand is a journey. So don't get disheartened if you don't see the gains in week one. It's just like going to the gym. It might take a little while, and then you flex your muscles like Rob does on me all the time. There you go. That martial artist is coming out, huh?
Yes, all that the sick gains I get in the gym, bro.
Yeah. Gym pro? No.
Yeah,
Tech
we gotta
bro.
go.
That's what you are.
A tech bro. Oh no, I need a hoodie.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Phil.
Thank you, Rishabh. We are just up on time. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad you were the first APAC guest that we had on the
We need more.
podcast.
Absolute pleasure, absolute pleasure. And I mean, I was a little nervous about, okay, what is that we'll be talking about? Then I saw your videos. Okay, we'll just be chatting. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, that's what we do. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We'll see you next week. We have Liz Tanner, a long time chat resident, is coming on video, and we are going to talk about process debt. That'll be a fun conversation.
Hope to see you all next week. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're listening to audio, you'll find us soon on Spotify and everywhere else you get your podcasts. So check us out there too.
Thanks. And let me just also say it out loud. We've never planned an event as early as we've planned with Jimmy. So August 21st, if I'm not wrong, somewhere on August mid or end,
3 weeks
is our conversation with Jimmy. We've published it a month in advance so that we can prep for it. It's a conversation around side hustles and charity and all the fun stuff. So that's also coming. So you don't see Jimmy a lot on video. So we are very proud and happy that Jimmy, you're going to be with us.
Looking forward to that one.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a really good weekend.
See y'all soon.
Every week, they look at the tech and business world and turn let's take this offline into an episode. Updates, reviews, and the occasional interviews. Sounds smart? It's not. We just said it with conviction. A lot of smart people already do this. But these guys have a lot of opinions and barely any filters, which maybe should concern you or not. They seem nice. Anyway, this series comes from people who probably shouldn't be doing more streams, or at the very least, should have left some of their thoughts in a Slack thread. Unread by everyone. And now, this is Rob and Saj asking for trouble!